Are you looking for the best books on acting? Well, on today's episode, I'm going to introduce you to my top 5 favorite acting books, something very near and dear to my heart. And make sure you stick around to the end because I've got an awesome giveaway for you. All coming up on today's episode of Favorite Friday 5. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Chwee. I'm an actor and comedian based in New York City, and on this channel you're going to be getting comedy videos, awesome interviews, and of course, my favorite Friday 5 every Friday. So make sure you like and subscribe to stay up to date with everything that's going on. On today's episode, we're talking acting books, so let's get into it. Okay, first up, The Intent to Live by Larry Moss. By the way, these are in no particular order. I read this book about 10 years ago when I was living in Australia, and I began working with Larry 8 years ago, both in New York and in Los Angeles. And I like to say he saved my life. Not only does he want you to become the best actor you can be, but he also wants you to become the best human you can be, and that in turn will make you a better actor. He worked very closely with Stella Adler, so he's all about script analysis. He has coached Helen Hunt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Sutton Foster, Hilary Swank.
Larry Moss.
Larry Moss, my acting coach.
Working with Larry Moss.
You name it, he's worked with them. What I love about this book so much is he goes into so much depth about script analysis and working with the great Stella Adler. And he has a really great case study when he works with his students on the play Lobby Hero. So make sure you check this book out. Okay, next up we've got Uta Hagen, A Challenge for the Actor. And this is a follow-up book from her other book, Respect for Acting. And why she wrote a second book is because when she was traveling around the country looking at other acting coaches and actors doing her exercises, she was shocked because they weren't doing them correctly. So she wrote this book and it goes into more depth about her exercises and what she teaches. What really made me fall in love with this book is in chapter 20 when she talks about the style of acting. Just say you're playing Nora in a doll's house. And you know, it's set in the 1800s, 1900s. She doesn't walk and sit because that's how they sat like that. She sits and walks like that because of the corset that she's wearing. It's the style of that time. That's why they held their knives and fork like that. That's why they stood up so straight. It's because of. And when I heard that, when I was taught that through her book, that really changed my way of working on characters and building the world. What does it take? It takes talent. Talent is defined in the dictionary as the natural endowment of a person with special or creative aptitudes. In an actor, I believe these endowments consist of high sensitivity, a responsiveness to sight, sound, touch, taste, and smell, of exceptional sensitivity to others, and of being easily moved by beauty and pain, and have a soaring imagination without losing control of reality. Wow, if that doesn't sum up what being an actor is, I don't know what does. That's why I love Larry, that's why I love Uta, is because they're all about specificity. All right, moving on to the next one. Jenna Fischer, The Actor's Life, A Survival Guide. I read this book about 2 years ago when it first came out, and if I had this book when I was in my late teens or early 20s, I would have been less hard on myself and realized that it's the journey that's what's fun about it, you know? It's great getting cast in a TV show or a Broadway show, but falling in love with the work and the craft, that's what it's all about. So when I read this book, I really told myself, oh, I'm so lucky to be living my dreams doing this. And that's what I love about Jenna's book so much. It's because she not only gives you tips and tricks, but she's kind of like a big sister when you read this, telling you, it's gonna be okay. And I think that's a really great thing for not just actors starting out, but actors in any part of their journey, knowing that it's always gonna be okay. All right, we've got my guy, Matt Newton. Matt, he's the yes guy. I met Matt about, I think, a year and a half ago, and he's the reason why I got into stand-up and got into, making these videos, is because he's all about original content. If you're not getting cast, if you're not, getting an agent or getting a manager, write your own content. He's like, original content is everything. This guy, I remember when I first met him, and I'm so glad he's come out with the book, so if people cannot study with him, they can really get into his head. I did a scene and he goes, Christopher, come on, you can act. Why are you here? And we just spoke about what I wanted to achieve. And that's how I got into creating my own channel, creating my own stand-up work. And I'm so fortunate that I had met him. And I'm also so fortunate and I'm so happy that he's released this book, because it really is a no BS guide to acting, because he really lays it out. He was as an actor, he's on the TV show Ugly Betty. He was the head acting coach on Jessica Jones and Blue Bloods, and on the Netflix acclaimed series When They See Us. So when you get his book, okay, you've got to go to chapter 12, because it's all about making your own work. And even him himself, he did this amazing short film a year ago. I remember going to the New York City premiere. So he really practices what he preaches. So this is definitely one of the books. If you're feeling that you're not getting called in, or you're not getting those auditions, or you don't have that agent or manager, this guy, Matt, he'll give you the shake-up you need. Okay, and finally, you've got Acting as a Business by Brian O'Neill. As you know, it's show business. You need to know how to navigate the business of this industry. You can be the best actor in the world, but if you don't understand how the business works, you're probably not going to have the longevity of a career that you want. What I love about Brian is, this was a compulsory book that we read in drama school, and we also got to work with him one-on-one, but he makes you understand what a breakdown is, how to talk to an agent, how to talk to a casting director, get into those rooms that you may not be able to get into if you don't have the connections, and how to create those connections for yourself. And I love Brian's book because of that. And there you have it, my top 5 favorite acting books. And I want you to comment below. What are some of your favorite acting books? And also, what are some of the topics that you want me to cover on future episodes of Favorite Friday 5? Now, for this week's competition, I'm going to be choosing 5 viewers who view this video, of course, like it, subscribe to my channel, and comment below, for them to choose one of the 5 acting books that I spoke about today as a giveaway. You guys have until June 22nd, 2020 to enter. So make sure you like, subscribe, and comment below to be entered into that giveaway. And I'll see everyone next week on Favorite Friday 5.